What's up, sunshine? Welcome to the show. I'm Coy Wire here with your news for Tuesday, December 9th. A brain teaser Tuesday for you. What two coins add up to 30 cents, but one of them is not a nickel? 10 seconds, go. What two coins add up to 30 cents? One of them is not a nickel. All right, time's up. If you said a quarter and a nickel, you're correct. Two coins that add up to 30 cents, a quarter and a nickel. The quarter is not a nickel. Now, let's get you your news. We begin in Syria, which just marked the one-year anniversary of the fall of former President Bashar al-Assad's regime. Assad ruled the country for more than 24 years and was overthrown by rebel forces last December following a brutal 13-year civil war. Crowds poured into the streets this week for the milestone anniversary, a moment marked by both celebration and uncertainty. The country is continuing to rebuild and recover under President Ahmed al-Shara's transitional government, but they've also struggled with continued regional instability and ongoing tensions with Israel. Millions of Syrians who were forced to flee during the war have finally been able to return home this year. And across the country, the remains of the Assad regime are being transformed into inspiring community spaces. That includes a cafe that once served as a jail, and one of the cafe's regular customers took journalists inside the basement of that very building where he says he was imprisoned several times during Assad's rule.
When you go downward, it's as if you're heading toward a grave. There are no windows, nothing at all. These solitary cells, they used to imprison people here alone, without light, without windows, and without food. They would lock people up here without anyone knowing their fate. But now we come here and see that the place is beautiful. It has become a cafe and a place for culture and knowledge, and there is calm and safety. It is wonderful that this place has transformed from a place of oppression into a place of comfort and security.
Now to a story taking us back in time with help from a very modern technology. In Italy, archaeologists are teaming up with robots to piece together ancient Roman frescoes or wall paintings from Pompeii. They were destroyed during World War II. The European Union-funded project called Repair uses artificial intelligence and twin robotic arms to sort, match, and gently reassemble the tiny fragments. Think of it like solving several jigsaw puzzles at the same time, but without help from the picture on the box. Some question whether these robots might someday replace archaeologists. The director of the Archaeological Park of Pompeii had this to say.
The answer is obviously no, but what's going to happen is I think that the work of archaeologists will dramatically change, and in some way I think we will get back to our origins, to the interpretation of artworks, of daily life, of social structures, architecture.
Blending ancient art with cutting-edge technology, that's one way to bring the past into the future. Pop quiz, hot shot. Who were the first K-pop artists to get a Grammy nomination? Stray Kids, BTS twice, or Girls' Generation? If you said BTS, you are bulletproof. They made history as the first K-pop act ever nominated at the Grammys. And now, years later, it's K-pop Demon Hunters, the animated musical action film, scoring a nomination for Song of the Year. As Hollywood awards season ramps up, the year's biggest animated trio is putting the golden in Golden Globes. Rumi, Zoe, and Mira, the K-pop Demon Hunters trio, has been nominated for 3 Golden Globes awards, including Best Song and Best Animated Picture. The movie is Netflix's most-watched title ever and Google's second most searched term this year. It had 5 Grammy nominations and 4 top 10 hits on the Billboard Top 100. The mind behind it all, the co-creator and co-director Maggie Kang, sat down with our Alex Michelson to talk music, representation, and more.
In terms of representation, in terms of being seen, in terms of the Korean culture being exposed to the world in ways it never has before?
It's wild. I made a movie because I wanted to see all the things in this movie, and I didn't really realize that so many other people wanted to see this too, and so many other Asian people wanted to see Asian characters on screen. I think we've all wanted that, and we've all wanted to see our culture represented correctly and in the modern world, because a lot of times in animation we do see Asian cultures, but it's like a fantasy version, or more of a hodgepodge. And so we really wanted to show Korean culture like on its own.
What was the process of putting that music together? It was sort of an atypical band.
I mean, that was kind of my vision from the very beginning. Growing up, I used to do a lot of karaoke, and I thought that I could maybe pursue a career in K-pop. I always thought it was a silly dream, and but when I got into animation, I saw it as an opportunity to create a band of my own and kind of live vicariously through the performers, which I am doing now. But yeah, it's been amazing. Creating the music was very challenging, because it's not just music, it's not just pop songs. They had to tell narrative, carry story, and develop characters, and all of that took a lot of time to craft. So it was very challenging, but really worth the effort.
Next up, a story showing the profound impact that high school sports can have on and off the field. Longtime Northern California sportscaster Del Rogers retired earlier this month after a prolific career spanning 3 decades. During his final broadcast, the former NFL running back and Super Bowl champion says the highlight of his career was covering high school sports.
I covered professional sports because I had to, but I also covered high school sports because I needed to. You see, high school sports is a backbone to our community, teaches our future adults teamwork, bouncing back from failure, and how to appreciate success with honor. As I say goodbye, I ask that you continue to support high school sports. Yep. That's why teenagers transition to the real world. Thank you for letting me be a part of your fields, your courts, and your kids' lives. Northern California, I love you, and good night.
Powerful stuff. And get this, following that emotional sign-off, Del was surprised in studio by not only his family, but the local high school marching band as well. Rise up. Today's story getting a 10 out of 10.